What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. In this one, we are going to be talking about 25 ways to improve your life. All right, so this video is going to be the first of two videos. This week is going to be the non-tech edition, and next week you're going to see the ways to improve your life tech edition. All right, so we're just going to get right into it. But first, I want to say, if you're watching this and you find value over time and you find a tip that you like, consider sharing the video, consider subscribing, hitting the like button, all that good stuff. All right, so let's get right into it. Okay, way number one is to get plenty of sleep. All right, it doesn't matter to me what time you go to bed, but I think it's really important for us as humans to get enough sleep. All right, and so I try to aim for 7 hours, and the way my life is set up is I have to be at work at 7:30, so it works well for me to sleep from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. all right, and that's plenty of sleep. I wake up refreshed. I'm not tired at work all day because I only slept 2 hours or something, and so I think that will really benefit you guys. All right, and so you can kind of see too, I'm just gonna go fast. I'm gonna give you high level quick blurbs about them, and we'll get you on out of here. All right, way number two goes along with the first one, but way number two is wake up early. Okay, I'm a big proponent of waking up way earlier than I need to in order to get to where I need to go. Most of the time it's work. So if, say, I need to leave the house at 7 to get to work at 7:30, I'll wake up at 5 o'clock. And you're like, what do you do for 2 hours? I just take my time. I drink my coffee. I play Wordle. I eat a little breakfast. I just take my time showering. I kind of dilly-dally. But there's something about like not having to rush, not being frantic in the morning. You're in control. And so I really think that would help you guys as well. All right, way number three is to drink water first thing in the morning. So when my alarm clock goes up and I wake up, when my feet hit the ground, my water is already next to my bed. I grab it, all right, and I take at least 10 little chugs, 10 little gulps, whatever you call them, just to start the day. You know, a lot of us don't drink enough water, which is going to be the next tip, spoiler alert, but a lot of us haven't had any water since like 8 p.m. the night before, and then all of a sudden it's 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and it's been, how long is that, 9 hours without water? And so our bodies need water. So I try to do that every morning, and it makes me feel really good. So as I alluded to, number four is just in general, drink lots of water throughout the day. Okay, none of us drink enough water, and maybe there's a few of you that do, but the vast majority of us don't drink enough water in the day. And so I don't care how much you drink, just drink more. Okay, you don't have to drink a gallon, you don't have to drink 2 gallons, but if you're drinking like just a little bit, try to drink a little more. Okay, just try to make a concerted effort and just notice how you feel, and then it'll make you want to keep it up. All right, way number five. Okay, way number five is to have quiet time in the morning. All right, so the way I do this is through meditation. Okay, I do it on the Peloton app. I do it for 10 minutes a day, and so it kind of goes back to waking up early and just being able to take your time, and meditation kind of just allows you to ground yourself and be in control of your thoughts, so you're not like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do today, or this and that. The other thing I wanted to say too about quiet time is it could be prayer, it could be reading a book, it could be listening to some soft music, it could be whatever you want it to be. But I'm a very big proponent of some sort of quiet time in the morning. Cool. Way number six. So we're going to transition a little bit. Way number six is to buy an electric toothbrush. I bought one around Christmas time last year in 2021, and I really love it. So the reasons I love my electric toothbrush and the ways that I think it improves my life is that it's a little too easy to like get a manual toothbrush, brush, and just quickly be like, okay, I'm done, I brushed my teeth. The electric toothbrush kind of keeps you accountable, because the one I bought has a timer in it. It goes 30 seconds 4 times, so you do 30 seconds on this quadrant, 30 seconds on this one, 30 seconds up here, and 30 seconds up here. And all of a sudden, like, you're getting 2 minutes of brushing, which is way more than I would get if I just had a manual toothbrush. And you're getting a better quality brush too. The one I have is Quip. I think that's how you say it, but it like vibrates in place rather than the ones that spin. I like it. If you want to try it, by all means, go for it. But I think it would behoove all of you guys to get an electric toothbrush. So step number 7 also goes along with that, but it's to floss every day. All right. We all know we should floss. We all have been to the dentist and they're like, bro, you got to floss more. And you're like, okay, I will. And then you never do, right? I'm guilty of that as well. But I've been on a very good streak, and I went to the dentist a couple weeks ago and I asked her how I did, and she said, oh, you did amazing. And so it's just a good hygiene habit, and it kind of gives you a little peace of mind too when you go to the dentist and you're like, oh, I don't have any cavities, and you know that before you even get there, right? And it makes your teeth cleaning experience even like less painful too, because then they don't have to scrape so much off your teeth. And yeah, it's a good it's a good way to, I think, improve your life a little bit. All right, number 8 is to exercise every day. Now, this doesn't have to be the hardest workout in the world, okay? If you've seen any of my prior videos, you'll know that my version of exercising every day is doing 30 minutes of yoga, which is not high intensity, it's not super heavy lifting, it's not anything crazy, but I enjoy the way it makes me feel. So you can do that, or you can go on a weightlifting journey, or you can go run 12 miles. I really don't care, but I think that exercising every day is a must for everybody. The other thing too I'll say is that it could be something simple. It can be 5 minutes of you just doing kind of some body weight squats and some like push-ups and like basic movements like that, where like I imagine most people watching my channel are young like me, but when we're older, there's gonna be stuff like getting up off of the chair, getting up off of a toilet that we're not gonna be able to do, that we take for granted right now. And so it's also like just a good idea to kind of keep up with those types of basic movements as well. So there's number 8. Number 9 is limit yourself, if you can, to 1 coffee per day. All right. I've been there when I need 2, and if I don't have my second one, then I get a headache. And truth be told, right now, if I don't have my 1 coffee, I will have a headache from not having that 1 coffee. Okay, so I am thoroughly addicted to caffeine. I'll be the first one to admit, but I do my best to make sure that I don't go past the 1 coffee per day. If you're able to, I know some people around me will laugh at this one, but if you're able to, I would recommend drinking it black, just because, I don't know, it's just more natural and no like sugar and cream and all this kind of stuff. But do what you want to do. It's your life. I'm not here to tell you what to do. These are just suggestions, all right? But I think it's a really good practice to limit yourself to 1 coffee a day, so that you're not dependent on 2, 3, 4 coffees a day, like I've seen other people. Excuse me. All right, number 10 is similar, but it's limit yourself to 1 alcoholic drink per like time you drink. All right, I am not a big drinker whatsoever. I might have 1 drink in a whole month. I might have 2 in a whole month. And if I ever do have one, I'm not having more than that single drink. And so I'm a beer guy, and so at a party, I'll have 1 beer and that's it. I won't ever have a beer and then a cocktail and something else, right? And that's also a personal preference, but it's also me like being cognizant of what I am putting in my body. And we all know that alcohol is not good for you, but at the same time, in moderation, you're fine, right? So I think it's a really good practice to just limit yourself to 1 alcoholic drink per time that you drink. This is not on the list. This is a bonus, so it's actually gonna be 26, but we're not gonna give it a number. I would also recommend not smoking, right? And it's kind of just conventional wisdom. Like, you should probably drink less, you probably shouldn't smoke, and so just don't do that, all right? That was a bonus. So now we're on number 11, okay? Number 11 is to eat more fruits and vegetables, all right? So in America, none of us eat enough fruits and vegetables, right? Me included. I try, but it's very difficult. So it's definitely a concerted effort that has to be made so that you can do that. But just try to eat more fruits and vegetables. Like, it's pretty simple. Number 12 goes along with that too, is I almost said eat more processed foods. I meant to say eat less processed foods. All right. And full transparency also, this is coming from a guy who had Taco Bell yesterday. From the day I'm filming this, I had Taco Bell for dinner last night. So it's not me saying never eat processed food. Just limit it, right? Life is too short to just deprive yourself of things like Taco Bell, right? But in general, you know, we all know this, but in general, we want to limit the amount of processed food and just kind of eat natural, like vegetables and fruits and, you know, all that kind of stuff. All right. Number 13, we're going to transition away from things that we consume now, food and drink wise. Now, number 13, way to improve your life is to read a book called The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. It's a fantastic book, and all you have to do is read one page a day because it's got the date at the top. And so today is June 18th, so I read June 18th page. It takes less than a minute, and the Stoics are a group of people from way back when, and just had it's a book about their philosophy of life. And one of the major things that I take away from this book is that we should really focus on what we can control and just let go of the things that we can't control. And so I'm guilty of. Okay, so the camera stopped recording, but I was saying that I've been reading this Daily Stoic book every day since Christmas, and I plan on reading this every day for the foreseeable future. So like when January next year comes around, I'm just going to start at the beginning of the book. And it's one of those books that you can read it a bunch of times and still learn new information, right? I've only read each page once, so no doubt there's been information that I've missed or not interpreted the way that I will in a year or anything like that. So I think that's a fantastic book. Step number 14 is to listen to nonfiction audiobooks. And if you actually like to read physical books, then do that. But I'm a fan of audiobooks. I just read the Daily Stoic because it was given to me. But I listen all the time to nonfiction books like personal development, business books, like stuff that you're interested in, right? Basically, the idea is that reading books helps you learn things, and from people that have done things that you aspire to do, then you can get their knowledge and use it and apply it into whatever you're doing in your life. So I think that's a fantastic thing. Number 15 is the flip side. Listen to fiction books. All right. I recently, I would read a bunch of self-development, business, and I was getting burned out and tired of it. So one day I decided to buy the Harry Potter book, the first one, on Audible. And oh my gosh, that thing is so entertaining. And I've read it as a kid, but there's something about this, the narrator is really good. So I am thoroughly entertained, and I look forward to listening to it whenever I do. So I would recommend that as well. All right, 16. Listen to podcasts, okay? So it's similar to listening to audiobooks, but find a couple shows that you like, whether it's to learn something new or to be entertained. It doesn't have to be informative. You could just enjoy listening to the person or the stories they tell or whatever the case may be, but just find some shows you like. A couple of the shows I like is the I Will Teach You to Be Rich podcast by Ramit Sethi. And then I like, it's called Don't Be Sour by Max Tuning. And it's pretty new, but I really have enjoyed it so far. So again, find some podcasts. And if you're driving, if you're commuting to work, it's perfect time to read books, listen to podcasts or anything like that. All right, 17. We're gonna shift away now from books, and tip number 17 is to get some fresh air at work. All right, so if you're like me, you work in an office 8 hours a day, and I find myself at least once a day, sometimes twice, like once in the morning, once in the afternoon, getting outside, just getting some fresh air. I'll even do like a lap around the building. I'll just like walk. Movement is good for us. Fresh air is good for us, right? And it kind of just like recenters you. Like rather than just staring at the screen all day like a zombie, you go outside and you just get some sun and you feel refreshed. And you're 5-10 minutes and then you're back to work. Like, I think that's a great idea. All right, way number 18 to improve your life. Females, I don't know if this one applies to you so much, but men, get haircuts often. And yes, I know I'm in dire need of a haircut and I will be getting one soon. But there's something about getting a haircut that just makes you feel fresh and it makes you feel good about yourself. And I'm a big proponent of getting them often, if you can. Like, I would get them more often if I could afford it, but I try to balance it by getting them semi-often while saving some money at the same time. Females, maybe it's go getting your hair done, or I don't know, but adapt that one to you guys. All right, let's see, where are we at? Number 19. Okay, number 19 is to get rid of stuff. All right, we all have too much stuff, and if you just look around, I can pick out like 20,000 different things that I should probably get rid of in my house. And I like to consider myself as somebody who doesn't have that much stuff, but I still think I do have too much. But stuff is not going to make you happy. Stuff kind of like it just accumulates over time, and like over time, it kind of just like buries you almost and can kind of feel like a weight on your shoulders. So I would definitely get rid of whatever stuff that you have. And if you don't use something, or if you don't even know you have it, that's a prime sign. Just get rid of it. Like, you didn't even know, dude. So that was step number 19. Step number 20, similar, kind of related, not really. Step number 20 is to clean your house consistently. I am a big fan of consistency when it comes to household chores. Rather than letting something get really dirty and cleaning it once, and then letting it get really dirty again for a long period of time, and then cleaning it once, I am a fan of cleaning it once a week, once every 2 weeks, however often you want to do it. So that way, every time you do it, it just takes a few minutes because it's not that dirty, right? It's not dusty. It's not had time for build up. You know what I'm trying to say. But I'm a big fan of that. Okay. 21 is to get your groceries delivered or utilize Target Drive Up. So people around me too, if they made it this far, you guys are all laughing at me, and I know it because I love my Target Drive Up. But using a service like this does a couple things. It saves you time, right? You don't have to go in the store and shop and like find everything. Like, they do that for you, and you just pull up and they put it in your trunk and you drive away. It's amazing. Secondly, it for somebody like me who hates going in the store, it serves a giant need. And number 3, it saves you money, because when you're on the Target app, or if you're on Amazon, whatever, you're more cognizant of like, okay, this costs that much, and here's the total of my cart. And so you get to the end, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm spending more than I thought. And you're like, do I really need those sour strips? Do I really need this candy bar? And you'll take it out, and then you kind of save money. But like when you're in the store, the candy bars and stuff that I'm guilty of buying are just like right by the register, and it's kind of like impossible to miss, right? So I'm a big fan of that. 22, prep your meals in advance. And kind of going back to what we were talking about way back when, of eating more fruits and vegetables, I like to prep a kale salad that I eat for lunch every single day, just so that I for sure have a meal that's just like straight greens, and there's chicken on it, so it's protein, it's healthy, right? I think that's a fantastic thing to do. 23, always put away your dishes. Never go to bed without putting away all the dishes. For me, for whatever reason, it really irks me to like wake up and there's dishes in the sink that I've left. And it happens sometimes, you're just so tired, but as much as you can, I think it's a great idea to not do that. it just kind of, you wake up and there's dishes and it's just like unfinished business from yesterday. And I just like to start each day fresh. 24, leave work at work. And this kind of goes with the video I think I posted last week, where you really want to make sure that once you're off the clock, once you're not at work, that you're not thinking about it. So you're taking care of all your tasks when you're at work, you're writing down everything you got to do. And once you're gone from work, you're able to turn off. And it's easier said than done, but I think a concerted effort definitely needs to be made on that front, because I don't think it's healthy to be thinking about work on Saturday and Sunday and at night when you're trying to sleep and stuff like that. So yeah. And the last one is to write down things so that you don't have to use your brain power to remember them. Okay, this could be at work, this could be in your personal life. Sometimes my girlfriend will say, can you bring a couple hangers? And I'll say yes. And if I don't write it down, I'm not bringing the hangers. Like, as much as I try to remember, I'm not going to. But if I go onto the reminders app on my phone and I just say bring hangers and put a time and it goes off, then it's like, oh yeah, I gotta bring hangers, and I don't forget things, right? I'm a big fan of just writing things down, because then it frees up your mind. Like, if you don't write it down, I'm gonna be trying to remember that I gotta bring hangers, and I'm also trying to remember I gotta leave the house at this time. Then I'm also trying to remember that I need to bring this with me, and I'm also trying to remember this and that, and it just gets to be a lot. So the more things that you can offload from remembering with your brain, I think is a fantastic idea. All right, so those are 25 ways that I think can easily improve your life that don't take too much effort. If you liked this video, if you found value out of it, if you liked any of my tips, consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell, like button, share it with somebody you think would benefit from it as well. Let me know what you do. Let me know which ways resonate with you, which ways you're like, what the heck are you talking about, dude? Just let me know. Just leave a comment down below. Again, I really appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.